Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. 8:13 a.m. I came down to Fulton Harbor. They are still setting up for Oysterfest, which will be next weekend. Usually starts on a Thursday evening, so just a few days away. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Couple tents set up. I don't see any carnival rides. I don't know if they're having that this year, or maybe they're just not here yet, you know? But it's set up different than it usually is. It's a little bit of a smaller footprint, if you will. But they usually have two tents, one for vendors, one for live music and food and beer. Yeah, there's a second tent back there. I can see a kind of a Texas tent set up. Because this little road that we're driving on right now is usually closed. Matter of fact, they usually have the road, Fulton Beach Road, that drives by here. They usually have that closed as well, so curious to see what's going on. I'm sure they'll have lots of vendors, and it's a huge fundraiser for the Fulton Volunteer Fire Company. So that's pretty neat. There's a Fulton Oysterfest trailer. Kind of gives you, and there's the second tent I was talking about. What I always liked about coming here, I haven't come here in years for the event. My knees just don't allow it. But what I did like, I'm gonna let this golf cart go. Whenever I would come here before, they had a little vendor here with a monkey. One of those little cute little Ace Ventura monkeys. And you would hold out some cash and he would come take it from you, and the little monkey would take his hat off and tip you. But it's a pretty big event. It's probably the biggest event they have in this area in Rockport, Fulton. And they got porta potties lined up for all the beer drinkers. Parking's at a limit. Yeah, they're still working on getting stuff together. It's pretty neat. It's a good event. I used to really enjoy it. You pay to get in, and then you buy tickets, and then with the tickets you can buy food and beer. There's a big old plastic stein that'll have the event on it, and some people collect those. The fog is just super heavy. It's 64 degrees this morning. And there's the two tents right there. The one on the left is the one we drove by. Pretty neat. I guess if you want to use the pier, that's not going to happen. Looks like they got the pier all blocked off. And I don't really know if there's access to the pier from the other side. I guess if you're walking, you can walk all the way around, but if you're driving with a truckload of fishing gear, you're probably going to have some difficulty. I was up this morning. I knew there wasn't going to be a sunrise, and while I'm healing up, I think I'd really rather just sleep as much as possible. But I'm in that habit of checking the weather and looking for a a sunrise or a sunset as often as possible. Now that I'm here at the pier, or at the harbor, reminds me of my friend Blanca. Stopped and said hello last night. Had a nice talk with her. She had a family member on staff while I was in the hospital. So Blanca, thank you very much. She also left me a very generous gift. Thank you very much, Blanca, for the gift and the conversation, and it was really nice to visit with you. I also wanted to thank a couple people. My buddy Javier sent me a gift through PayPal. So Javier, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Javier always leaves nice comments. That's an interesting looking boat right there, isn't it? That's a working boat right there. I wish I could read that sign on the side. I think it's a phone number. Huh. And I also wanted to thank my friend Betty. Betty sent me a nice gift through PayPal, so thank you, Betty. I got to meet Betty when I was in Arkansas. The first time I went to Arkansas, I got to meet Betty, and I forget how long we talked. We that was at the height of the pandemic, and we kind of parked side by side, you know, and I think it was, Betty, 2.5 hours. Does that sound about right? Just in a parking lot, and I think the town is it Greenwood, Arkansas, or Greenville, Arkansas? I know how to get there, but I can never remember the name of the town. It's not too far from where my friends Tracy and Leah live in Mansfield, Arkansas. It's probably the closest larger town. They got a Walmart there and everything. So thank you, Betty. Should we give it a shot, guys? Get it out of retirement?
What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller.
You know, that's cruel, but I'm gonna say that's funny. And what do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller. Oh man. That I don't think I've ever heard that joke. There's jokes on that dad joke button we've heard 100 times, but that's the first time I've heard that one for sure. So last night it's been good sleeping weather. I've had trouble falling asleep. Once I get to sleep, I can sleep late, but as far as just falling asleep early like I used to, I haven't been able to do that lately since I got out of the hospital. And I don't know if the meds I'm on affect your ability to fall asleep, but something else to make an adjustment to. A lot of cars parked here at the pier this morning. So all the boats are here. I guess we usually do get over here a little earlier. We're about an hour and a half later than we usually are, and because we're here to film the sunrise. Smells good. Look how close those boats are together. I think they all came in and they were unloading, because they're usually not parked like that many, which is pretty neat. Would be nice. I've only seen them unloading a handful of times, so that would be cool to see. And they usually bring their catch right over to the bait stands here, which is pretty interesting. There's a fixer-upper. Looks like she just got some paint. And there's our tour boat. Go up here a little bit. You can see the water's like glass today. I didn't even check the wind because I don't think there is any, at least here in the harbor. It's very calm. Seagulls are in the distance. I hear Kevin's, but I don't see them. I was heading over to Rockport Beach, and then I remembered the Oysterfest, and I wasn't even sure if I missed the Oysterfest when I was in the hospital or if it was happening this weekend. So I'm glad we got to see the setup. And I am kind of curious now to see if they're going to have the carnival rides. I know the carnival rides are a big thing for the kids and the family. But for a few years, what do you call the event that Rockport has? What's Rockport's big event? Right there at Rockport Harbor, or Rockport Fairgrounds. They didn't have the carnival rides for a few years. And then I think they brought back some of them last year. Maybe as far as sponsoring an event, maybe there's just not a big profit in the carnival aspect of it. I don't know. I know when the boys were younger, that was a huge thing to go to the Sea Fair. That's what it's called in Rockport, which is odd because I had two older Sea Fair framed posters in my house for about 15 years. So you think I'd be up on that. One poster I had was from 2002, and I think the other one was 2004. And I sold them when I moved out of my home in Fulton in Portland, Texas. And then yeah, those were cool. Those were with me for a long time. There's a Lighthouse Inn in the fog. Well guys, I'm gonna head up to Rockport Beach and get washed up and get some clean clothes on, and probably drink my coffee and take my drugs. There's the fog. It's a little foggy out, guys. Thanks for riding along today. Here comes a car. Thanks for watching.